I speak unto thee this day, and I say that I, the living God, do not find pleasure in those who are full of confidence in self. That is, the ones who are so proud they think they are already together when it is not true. Yet I say you are living in a time when men have confidence and confidence and confidence in self, yet I say they have no confidence in me. And I say it is because they have turned aside from the worship of me unto the worship of their own selves. For I say, if you really consider what it is that men do in this wicked generation, I say they live in the fear of displeasing self more than the fear of me. That is, they would rather bow down to the image of self, to the image of the beast that lurks within, than be bowing unto me. That is, they would rather put on fake shows, pretension, and hypocrisy than walk uprightly in me. That is, they would rather go on in that which I, the living God, have forbidden, and yet claim that they are mine. But I say it is me, the living God, who is bringing forth my wrath, my fury, my indignation, and I say that I'm bringing to naught the counsel of self. That is, when you see the ones who have thought they would remain forever, and you see them in a heap of rubble and ruination.
40,000 power customers in New York and New Jersey are heading into another cold, dark night with no power. Some of them still learning just how much longer recovery is going to take. Our report from NBC's Ann Thompson.
Rubble and ruination that I, the living God, have given unto them, know that it is me who is bringing down self. That is, it is me who is showing that the God they have worshipped is faulty. That is, a false God, an idol, and a configuration of their own imagination. For I say, when I, the living God, have finished my vengeance against self, I say there will be no man to have confidence in the same. For I say it is me, the living God, in this wicked, perverse, vile, and corrupted generation, who is bringing to naught the counsel of self. That is, when a man will believe in himself, believe in his own capability, believe in his own achievement, I say such a man is a fool. For I say it is me, the living God, who does even give the mercy to live unto the sons of men, and I say they are men to attribute the glory unto me. That is, instead of taking the glory unto their own selves because of pride, because of self-confidence and the idolatry of the same, I say they have strayed far from me. And I say it is me, the living God, who will continue to pound, to bring down, to bring low all of those who have their confidence in self. And I say that I will be showing and revealing them for what they are, that is, merely blinded fools. I say this day that I, the living God, never called thee to look at your own way, to look at your own will as though there were something in the same. For I say that the will of a man, the will of a woman is nothing but vanity, vexation, stupidity, and darkness. I say when you think you may make your way into my kingdom by what it is that you can do of yourself, you are a fool. But I say when you are needy of me and desirous of my hand upon thee, then you will be guided in my life. I say this day that I, the living God, do not call thee to be full of confidence as to how great you are, as to how much you do, or even what you think you wear. That is, in the sense that you think if you wear certain apparel, that makes you all right with me. I say if you look at the Pharisees, what did they do? I say they did everything according to their own understanding. And I say in the same they thought that established their righteousness with me. But I say it is me, the living God, who gives mercy unto the meek, the lowly, the humble, who will cry out in their need of me. And it is me, the living God, who will direct, correct, instruct, and bring forth the people who are mine.
Thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to be relatively brief. I came up here right after the storm. Was on the Jersey side.
Oh, this is so tedious.
I promised to everybody that I was speaking on behalf of the country when I said we are going to be here until the rebuilding is complete. And I meant it. And so I'm going to come back today, but I'm also going to be coming back in the future to make sure that we have followed through on that commitment. I want to thank the outstanding leadership that's been provided by state and local officials. Obviously, Governor Cuomo and Mayor Bloomberg have done an outstanding job. To Borough President O'Hara, thank you so much for your leadership at a time when the folks here on this island were obviously going through extraordinarily difficult times. The people of Long Island who are going through really tough times. Across the board, what we've seen is cooperation.
Or let's get this over with.
And
thank God it's not summertime that we would be having the flies and all kinds of diseases here, but it's very, very bad here. People are defecating in my building, you know, where I am in the hallways, because they can't get upstairs to go to the bathrooms. Where are they going to go? They're looking all around for a place to go. There's nowhere for them to go in this area.
I wish you luck, because I know once you register, supposedly if everything goes well, within 7 days, 2 weeks,
they need
the money here. The mayor should have been here, and the governor should have been here, just like they were in Long Island, just like they were in everywhere else. We're a community here.
for the first responders who are here, the police officers, the firefighters, the EMS folks, the sanitation workers who sometimes don't get credit, have done heroic work. We are so grateful to you because you exemplify what America is all about. I'm grateful to the Red Cross, who's been so responsive, not just here, but...
So we're not getting power back till after Christmas. So it's going to get cold. It's going to get real cold. So it's very important. It's very important.
And did it my way.
That's where FEMA was set up, the National Guard and the Marine Corps. But they also stored the trailers there for dislocated families. They never used them.
Oh, you mean the camper trailer?
Yes,
not truck
yes.
trailer.
But
Yeah,
the mayor didn't know how to distribute them, so they didn't use them. So the hot showers and stuff. When Obama came, they got rid of them because there's no.
Because they should have been distributed.
They should have been
that,
distributed, but
yeah,
they got rid of it, and now FEMA's not there no more. And now FEMA's not there. That's an empty field again. The Marines is there in the corner, but that's it.
I screwed it in to see how it works, and it broke. Like the plastic broke. As you screw it in, it cracks. See the crack?
Yep.
It broke. This thing's just a piece of aluminum. And it's supposed to expand. Like, what are you doing with this? You got to push any hard debris. This is good to like wash windows.
That's what it looks like to me.
But it's not going to squeegee a floor with these basements that are full, that have water damage, and now you got to clean. You got to throw more liquid down.
We gotta wait for.
And if it breaks while you're putting it together, how good is it going to be when you're trying to use it to clean your house?
And now FEMA's not there no more. And now FEMA's not there no more.
And did it.
All right, so what else did you get from the Red Cross?
The Red Cross wants one person to have one of these. That's a blanket. A pair of gloves.
Oh, okay.
Heaters.
Oh, we can have a rave.
Glow sticks. This is the light we get. And there's also a flashlight in some of them. Some of them have flashlights. These have glow sticks though. These weren't here last night. These must have just came.
And how many people are coming by here to get stuff, do you think, in a day?
Hundreds. Once the hot food comes, they come by the hundreds.
By the hundreds.
There's no hot food, so you don't see that many.
Okay.
But once that hot food comes, everybody comes out.
So for hundreds of people, 6 boxes of cleaning material, one for each family, and that's it.
That's it.
For a week.
And it's got a little tiny bucket, and you're cleaning that house that was destroyed.
Yeah.
You know, the house. If you take a look to the pet shop and put the camera inside, then take a look inside. That little box is supposed to clean that.
Guys, very much.
And we don't have heat or electric. This is going to keep us warm. I got frostbite on my hand.
Oh, really?
Of course.
Tell me about the fact that the mayor's making noises about wanting to close these centers down.
He doesn't want us doing this. He wants to make this illegal. So, but we're not going to allow it. We're just going to continue growing. We're going to expand. They said stop here. I said no, we're not going to stop. We're going to expand. So.
And I also hear that they rearrange things when the media comes to make it hard to photograph.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Tell me the story about that.
That's where I was. I was taking this gentleman because he's another person that donates. I took him to my neighborhood. The president went there yesterday. One street's clean, but I took him to the other streets, and it's just filthy. So they made a nice presentation for us. It was good. It was good.
Okay. Anything else you want to tell people who aren't here and don't know? Because they're seeing it through TV.
Just the Red Cross hasn't done anything for us.
I'm grateful to the Red Cross, who's been so responsive, not just here, but...
And what day is it? Tell me what day it is.
Today's Friday.
November.
This is the third week. I think it's the 16th.
Yeah.
This is the third week going into this.
And as a guy here on the front lines handing out to hundreds of people, your feeling is Red Cross has done nothing,
Well, they've done stuff. They gave us a blanket and glow sticks and some buckets.
Unbreakable equipment.
Oh, and prison food. They serve prison food from Rikers Island and New York State prisons. That's what they feed us with.
I'm grateful to the Red
But they
Cross,
only come around
who's been so responsive,
once a week.
not just here, but in disasters around the country. And I want to thank all the volunteers. As we were shaking hands over there, we had folks from every part of the country. We had some Canadians who would come down to help out. And during difficult times like this, we're reminded that
when idle living God do humble thee, I say accept the humbling and learn from the same. That is, that your confidence is no longer in you, but your confidence is in me. I say this day that idle living God do delight to give to thee the way that is truth, the way that is light, and the way that is mercy. And I say, if you will be choosing to walk uprightly in me, you will be directed by me. That is, you will be given the truth that idle living God will give to thee day by day, that you can come forth rejoicing. And I say that it is me, the living God, who will show thee tender mercy in the midst of my wrath, my fury, my indignation revealed. But I say, if you are those who stubbornly refuse to pay heed to me, and ever keep your confidence stayed upon you, what is it that you do? I say you simply gravitate unto your own bosom more of the wrath, the fury, the indignation that idle living God has stored up for the proud. That is their due reward, their just recompense for trusting in self. That is for believing more in what they think they are than believing in me. I say this day that idle living God do not call thee to believe in who and what you are, but I say that I call thee to keep ever focused upon me. I say you are living in a time when idle living God and judging, bringing down, and humbling the sons of men. And I say that I'm likewise bringing down the proud cities, those ones who have strutted in their own way. And I say that I am bringing down all of their abominations, for I say they have gloried in the same. I say it is likewise me, the living God, who is rendering my judgment against the nation, because it is worthy to receive. That is, it is worthy to receive my wrath, my fury, my indignation, because of self-confidence and pride. That is, when you see a nation that is confident in its own way, or so they imagine, when you see a nation that is proud and haughty and ever disdaining the wretched, the poor, the miserable, and causing sorrow to the same, I say such ones are fools before me. For I say that it is me, the living God, who raises nations up and brings nations down. Therefore I say, in a wayward, vile, polluted, and corrupt generation, consider this. Consider that it is me, the living God, who is ever present to give the mercy, the truth, the light, the life that I provide. Consider that it is me, the living God, who will bless thee with all spiritual blessings, if you will but continue trusting, believing, and hoping in me. For I say it is me, the living God, who is indeed the way of righteousness and truth. I say, be clinging unto me. That is, do not be looking as though you may pull yourself up by your own bootstraps, so to speak, by your own understanding and by your own effort. But I say, instead, let your confidence be in me, the one true God who does care for thee. For I say that I will indeed uplift thee, direct thee, correct thee, and bring thee forth. And I say that I will purpose thee, that you can indeed come forth rejoicing, ever make glad that it is me that you serve. I say this day that I, the living God, have called thee to walk circumspectly. I say that I've called thee to walk in the truth and be ever guided in the light. And I say that I've called thee to be a respecter of me as thy maker, thy keeper, and not any person. For I say, when you hold back the truth because of a man, because of a woman, I say then you become a cheater on me. And I say that I, the living God, am not well pleased with thee, no, not at all.